So let's see what we can do with it. Awesome. Yeah, update 4. We'll see how it goes. So I need to turn off that UI stuff there. Make it actually let me see what's going on. So which screen is that? It goes to just the please wait. What modes are set to the default on Sydney Party? Well, let's see. The party playlist has no defaults, so it's just using the basic game mode stuff. So it's basically the difference between... I'm not sure if the playlist things are actually working. I don't think they are, because some of it was not always seeming to be there. So like, you're always supposed to have a vanilla custom mode right now, but I don't see... I mean, I could take a look at it real quick on the standard one, but it should actually show up with vanilla as the custom mode name, which has no option sets, and I don't remember actually seeing that. So like, if I go to a standard thing and in the game mode in the match, like, I don't see vanilla in the playlist. So I think they're all using the same crap right now. And yeah, I think that's just pretty sure it's not working, because so in theory, the party one is supposed to have all the options, and then like sticky ball is always supposed to have a sticky ball option, and standard is always supposed to have the vanilla option, and also it's supposed to have more of these, like, you know, no contact and multi-ball sort of stuff should show up, and more often we'd have just triple jumps, but I don't think it's working. So okay, so it's going to be the screen shield. Is what we're actually using. So we're just getting horrible performance off of this. Unless we like come over here. And we're getting like 70 FPS over here. So yeah, we could have a few scenes with the water in there. I'm sure with tweaking and like extra foliage and other stupid shit, it's just that also kind of answers the like flying the camera around. Seems like not really, because we got these big objects that are detailed. We're pretty much screwed for performance. Which is fine. Is that the dream tide? Nope, it was your internet. Oh man, ouch. Getting pretty bad performance here. Let's see why. Planar reflection 1, planar reflection 2. Yeah, okay. So planar reflections absolutely murder performance is what's going on. And it's going to be because we're rendering both, because this guy is under the ground. So what we might also want is something where we disable rendering entirely on other pieces of the terrain based on our vista point. Also, I think there might be some stuff in here with... Alright, so if we're looking like right here, what are we getting? 50 frames per second? Alright, that could work. We can also go to our planar reflections and mess with them. We can also try screwing around with the settings for scene capture, because like this is with the reflection stuff not changing every frame. It may be that we can do some tricks where we have the reflections but they're not capturing every frame. Capture on movement. Yeah, so there's a lot of tweaks we can do with planar inflections to get them to not be so stupid. So yeah, it looks like we might want to have kind of these tags for rendering stuff if we're looking at a certain vista, because like, why is this awful? Just rendering dynamic objects. So this is just like rendering all the grass. There's just too much grass and shit to render, I guess. Yeah, grass is totally not happy. I'm not sure why. I guess maybe because it's static lighting or dynamic lighting or something. And the LODs fill in and it just looks really bad. What if we're looking at a rock? What's our FPS look like then? Looks fine. Alright, well, let's screw around with the sky a little bit. Alright, so time of day is noon. Why did it go all the way over there? Okay, so that's kind of what's going on, is the time of day determines the... I can't just set all this stuff as I'd like. Alright, where is the starting angle? I mean... if we take the entire sky sphere and we rotate it, can we get any of that working? Okay, so if we do rotate the whole thing, it does work. Alright. Alright, and what's our time of day advance? Time of day advance isn't working anymore? Okay, so it's not because we don't have a. It's because we don't have a player proxy. It's not working. So we'll just skip that section of code and see what works. Oh my God, this sun is too fast. Excellent. So this is just showing the time of day advancing. It looks like we have some problems with the transition period because I changed how some of this works, but for the most part it's, you know, the shadows are working. The water is way too bright, that's for sure. It's like got some crazy emissive on there. We've got like our moon coming down and everything else there, which works. Like, it looks like it's doing what it should. And then because it's on that crazy thing, it's gonna fade the moon out. We've got this yellow light, so the water looks bright green in the morning. That fades into day. Well, it definitely looks like it can all work. And we can get a lot of this stuff in there. We definitely need this sky sphere to be at 0. And that's how this stuff is going to have to work. So the landscape will have to be built properly so that this actually does what it should. Alright. So I should be looking into with the camera bookmarks. Alright, so bookmarks provides the ability to set camera locations and rotations as bookmarks and provide access to jump to existing bookmarks. To create a bookmark, press Control, any one of the numbers 1 to 0 on your keyboard. To crawl bookmarks, simply press the button you chose for that bookmark. So we can switch between places using the bookmarks. Alright, well, I don't think the bookmarks are going to work because there's only 10 of them, and I can definitely see that being kind of an arbitrary limit. The question is, what sort of thing would we need to make? Like, we'd need to make an object which has all of the information on it. We're going to want a name, and I think we're going to want tags or maybe a list of actors in the scene that we need to make sure render or something. Alright, well, but I'd want to be able to have like a little button over here that we can click, which moves the camera to look at the orientation of that. So maximum number of bookmarks. Alright, so here's the code for jumping to a bookmark. Editor level viewport client number. Alright, so this is our jump to bookmark code. Interesting. Alright, so we'll be able to use the same bookmark thing, but I think it'll be like you click on the actual object and it'll take you there. So we're going to need a button on that actual thing. Alright, so we're going to need to create a bookmark object, and that thing is going to need a name, it's going to need the orientation, and an easy way to do that. So I guess maybe just a easy way to do this is to just use an arrow. We're going to want possibly a camera setup. So we'll want like a camera on that object maybe, so we can change how it all looks. We're going to want some time of day settings. So we're going to want a button to set the viewport to that time and view orientation. And it's going to want a list of actors to disable, or a tags of actors to enable, and tags of actors to specifically disable. And the name needs to be unique. And that's how this will work. Alright, so I'm going to want the blueprint. So the viewpoints are going to be, I guess, a viewport object, viewpoint object, and that'll be in C++. And we'll have our viewpoint object, and that'll be in blueprint. Alright. And I guess our level actor is going to be listening for the requests for the viewport changes. The big ball is impossible to kick up into the goal. You gotta get creative. But yeah, we had to tweak that because it was literally absolutely impossible in some of the levels to get it up into the goal, because it's just too damn heavy. And I think if you roll some of the same options, like if you roll slow and big ball or something like that, it becomes even more difficult to... There are definitely some game modes, I think, that are probably just completely broken and you can't actually win. Alright, so we're going to need to make a new object type here. Let's save all this stuff. So we've got this object actor and all the rest, and we're going to do a viewpoint actor. So let's go ahead and copy these. Alright, so we'll get our viewpoint actor here. Alright, so what is it going to have on it? So I'll have like a activate viewpoint. We're going to want a name for this thing. So we're going to want our viewpoint name, we're going to want our time of day stuff. So what do we have? It's going to be like float, time of day. Float, time of day, advance. Speed. We'll have our T sets of actors, which we can enable and disable. We need an actual camera, so I think we're going to attach a camera component to this thing and have some camera data that we apply to it. And we're also going to add some tags to ourselves, I think. See what sort of things we got rolling on here. Alright, so we got entity constants, and that's what we're going to want to add here. Well, we don't really need to have everything be perfect. We could just throw some global stuff here with this and add the tags in there. So let's get it added. Alright, so we got our viewpoint name. We're also going to want to probably make some utilities here for this. So like a Dashkin, yeah. Dashkin viewpoint utils. Alright, so this is going to return a Dashkin viewpoint actor. This will be get viewpoints. We're going to have activate viewpoint by name. And we'll also have a get active viewpoint. So get all the viewpoints, get one by name, activate a specific viewpoint, and get the current active viewpoint. I guess we could have an activate viewpoint by direct pointer as well. Yeah, because then you can basically take the ball and just fly into the corner of the map. So we got to include that actor. So these will be our functions. Five zero, we won. You can't stomp swap because you can't see anybody. Yeah, that's. That was kind of the point of this last update, was we threw a whole bunch of game modes in there, and like we haven't really played them. So we don't know what's fun, and we don't know what actually works. But that was kind of on purpose, because a big part of the game modes was to go see what actually will be fun and what will not be fun. And kind of, we don't have a giant QA department, we don't have a team of like 10 designers, so hopefully we have a whole bunch of random crap that we throw at people to go test, and overall we get a sense of what things work properly. And one of the things that I find interesting about, we've got that question on the forum, right? Which is, what kind of game modes are your top 4? And pretty much everybody has voted for double or triple jump. Like, that's on there, people love it. But like, they kind of picked for everything. But when you're actually in the game, what I've noticed is people almost always pick multiple balls, and will actually sacrifice like double or triple jump or some of the other crap to get something else. Like, it seemed like big balls and multiple balls or fastball trumped double and triple jump, but people vote for double and triple jump. So it's because I think this is a misleading poll. You got the team stone? Yeah, that'll happen. Alright, so we've got our viewpoint utilities. We need to expose this to our UI. So that's going to be in UI, Dashkin UI.cpp. Alright, so we're going to have to, I think we need to include the Dashkin viewpoint utils.h. And we'll add viewpoint with a new Dashkin viewpoint utils being created. Alright, let's make sure everything compiles. You won because of skill, not because of some bullshit. I see how it is. Alright, viewpoint utils is also going to do this activate viewpoint editor function, which will have this editor specific code that we can actually use here. I think in the game instance I have what I'm looking for. Yeah, with editor. Can we actually get away with not including this right here? I don't think so, because that's a template. But we can try. Yeah, I think the reason I got this buzzing stuff happening is because I think the electronics for my machine may have been damaged at some point. And basically, whenever I touch my case, I get shocked. Like it's got a current that runs through the entire thing. So if you touch it at one point, it's a problem. So like when I'm like using the thumb screws or something, I'm like constantly being shocked. I should probably fix that, but I have found that I just don't really care. It works, so I'm not gonna fuck with it. Earth it? Yeah, I know. I need to get a ground on that thing. But it's kind of fun to mess with because like you can touch different points of the case and different points of you can touch different points on the case and different like components in there, and some things will shock you and some things won't. So it's kind of funny. Like if you stick your foot on like the bottom, then like you can fuck with the thumb screws and it won't shock you. Electricity as a word. So you guys still playing? You guys still on the game? Sydney Party 4, yeah. Very good. because I'm kind of doing a short work day today. So once I get all this stuff stabilized, I might jump on, play a few games, and be done. Because I'm not trying to go too hard in the paint. Just getting situated. And I need to go to the store, and all the stores close in an hour and a half. Alright, we're getting linker errors for our viewpoint actor, and that's because we don't have any of these functions that it's looking for, so we need to create them.